Now, facts related to environment of Jharkhand. All the biotic and abiotic components around us is called. The initial 5 to 6 topics will be a repetition of what you have learned in the static, but nevertheless, we'll be covering it because it is important. Its biological components include all living organisms, right from microorganisms to trees and plants and animals. Abiotic components include all the non-living elements such as air, water, soil, mountains, plateau, rocks, and activities associated with them. Environments can be broadly classified into natural, cultural, man-made environment. In the natural environment, components such as uh, those that have been created by nature, such as air, water, soil, tree, plants, animal, etc. It means the environment alienated from human activities is called natural environment. The change caused by natural intervention in the natural environment is called cultural environment. Development of industries, urbanization, transport system, agriculture, etc. are part of the cultural environment. The continuous interference of the humans in the natural environment have created the problem of pollution, climate change, and degradation of biodiversity and various natural calamities for which proper steps needs to be taken. Now, we'll consider the environmental pollution. The entry of unwanted substances in an environment is called environmental pollution. These unwanted substances are called pollutants. Pollutants can be in the form of solid, liquid, gaseous forms, or in form of energy like sound, heat, radioactivity, etc. There are several types of pollutions depending on the source of pollution and pollutants such as air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, heat pollution, etc. Now, air pollution, imbalance in the amount or proportion of gas present in atmosphere due to a mixture of different types of physical, chemical, and biological elements is called air pollution. At present, pollutants emitted by man-made objects have increased air pollution the most. The main reasons responsible for air pollution are as follows: indiscriminate cutting of forests to meet human needs, as a result of which the amount of oxygen in environment decreases, and on the other hand, amount of carbon dioxide increases. Smoke and pollutants from industries and vehicles, which include harmful gases like oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, chlorofluorocarbon, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, releases methane by wetlands during agricultural works. It's a major greenhouse gas. Now, increase in greenhouse effect. The increase in amount of carbon dioxide gas is most responsible for the increase in greenhouse effect. Use of firewoods, use of fossil fuel, and cutting of trees is the main reason for this. Apart from this, methane, chlorofluorocarbon, hydrofluorocarbon, oxides of sulfur, nitrogen oxides are included in greenhouse gas. As a result of increase in the greenhouse gas, there has been an increase in average temperature of Earth, which has given rise to the problem of global warming. Now, global warming, as a result of global warming, where on the one hand, average temperature of Earth has increased, the amount of rainfall has also increased due to the excess of atmospheric humidity. It is a result of increased frequency and intensity of tropical cyclones, causing cyclonic rains in the coasts and coastal area. Almost every year, the cyclonic rains generated in Bay of Bengal affect the state of Jharkhand as well, sometimes causing loss of life and property. The pattern of water currents also changed as a result of global warming. Due to this, emergence of El Nino and time interval has decreased. It has also affected the monsoon climate of India and has adversely affected the agricultural system of India. Now, depletion of ozone gas. Ozone layer is in our atmosphere is very important as it protects us from skin cancer, UV rays. In the recent years, increase in the amount of chlorofluorocarbon has resulted in the depletion of ozone layer, which is also known as ozone depletion. As a result of ozone depletion, the intensity of ozone ray has increased and adversely affected the process of photosynthesis and increased the rate of global warming. Its negative effect can also be seen in vegetation-rich state like Jharkhand. It has adversely affected the ecosystem by reducing the productivity of vegetation, and it results in a loss of biodiversity. In addition, ozone depletion alters the genetic structure of biological components and degrades genetic properties that adversely affects on the immunity of biological community. At present, the mankind is facing skin cancer, cataracts, and other diseases related to eye and skin, for which ozone depletion is mainly responsible. Now, acid rain, the increasing use of fossil fuel emits oxides of sulfur and nitrogen in the air, which are mainly responsible for acid rain. In Jharkhand, there is a lack of awareness about use of fossil fuels such as wood for firewood in forest-based tribal communities and rural areas. Also, for the formation of new state, there has been a rapid increase in the number of vehicles in the state in which fossil fuels such as diesel and petrol are used. Now, effect of acid rain, decrease in fertility of soil because of increase in the acidity of soil, adverse effect on the aquatic ecosystem, and loss of biodiversity due to water pollution. Corrosion in historical buildings as a result of chemical changes. Now, water pollution due to increase in amount of soluble or insoluble substances in water. There is a change in quality of water, such as color, taste. Such phenomena is called water pollution. The main reason responsible for water pollution are flow of waste materials like excreta, urine, plastic, garbage, detergents in various water bodies. Flow of waste materials like chemical waste, acids, alkalis coming out of industries and water sources. Pesticides and chemicals used in agriculture get dissolved in rainwater and mix into the rivers. Now, water pollution results in the problem of impure drinking water, which negatively affects human health. Also, impure water dissolves into the soil and adversely affects its fertility, resulting in loss of biodiversity. Now, soil pollution, the undesirable change in physical, chemical, and biological properties of the soil is called soil pollution. Soil pollution results in reduction of soil quality, which in turn adversely affects the productivity of vegetation. Soil pollution, on one hand, affects the human health. On the other, it also have negative impact on biodiversity. The main reason responsible for soil pollution are use of plastic bags, use of chemical and pesticides, degradation of soil due to deforestation, and water pollution. About 40 lakh hectares of agriculture land in Jharkhand is acidic with 10 lakh hectares with a pH less than 5.5. In the northeastern region like Dhanbad, Giridih, Hazaribagh, Bokaro, Jamtara has more than 50% of the total area acidic. Now, districts suffering from deficiency of nutrients in soil now. Phosphorus deficiency can be seen in 80% deficiency. Okay, so phosphorus deficiency can be seen in Gumla, Simdega, West Singhbhum, East Singhbhum, Saraikela Khaswan, and Godda. So this region, sulfur deficiency can be seen in Ranchi, Gumla, East Singhbhum, Saraikela Khaswan, Garhwa, Deoghar, Dumka, Sahibganj, most of the regions. Now, noise pollution, such amount of noise which adversely affects the physical and mental health of living beings in an undesirable manner is called noise pollution. Globally, noise pollution above 45 decibels during day and 35 decibels at night is considered unsuitable for human health. The main reason responsible for noise pollution are as follows: human-generated noise, which includes noise generated by industries, transportation, and entertainment. Sound produced naturally due to storm, rain, lightning, cyclone, etc. Now, heat pollution. Heat pollution or thermal pollution occurs due to high temperatures of water used for cooling the plants operated for fossil fuels and nuclear energy. This type of pollutions affect the environment as well as the health of living beings. Now, climate change. Climate change refers to the change in our climate for a certain time. Generally, a time limit of 15 years is fixed for this. At present, climate change has emerged as a serious challenge before us and has raised a question mark on the existence of biosphere. Many major reasons responsible for climate change, in which increasing the amount of greenhouse gases, increasing the amount of ozone depletion, increasing in the number of elements responsible for acid rain are the main ones. Now, climate change has created the following problems. There will be an increase in the amount of rainfall, due to which increase of amount of atmospheric moisture in humid climate of the low latitude regions. Along with this, the frequency and intensity of tropical cyclones will also increase in the region. As a result of the problem of flood will also arise due to excess rainfall. On the other hand, due to high rate of evaporation and arid, semi-arid climate region, there is also a possibility of drying up of water sources and effect of drought can be seen. The problem of flood due to development of cyclone in mid-latitude areas and problems of water logging and increase in sea water level due to melting of ice in high altitude areas. The following effects have been made at the global level regarding climate change. For the first time in 1974, climate conference was organized in Geneva, Switzerland. Climate conference was organized for the second time in the year 1919. In 1985, the Vienna Convention was organized in Vienna, Austria, which was decided to ban the use of substances such as chlorofluorocarbons and methyl bromide responsible for ozone depletion. On September 16, 1987, a binding agreement was signed in Montreal to ban the chlorofluorocarbons to prevent ozone depletion. For this, 16 September is celebrated as Ozone Prevention Day. In the year 1992, the Earth Conference was organized in Rio de Janeiro, in which United Nations Framework Convention on UNFCCC, Convention on Climate Change, was formed. The COP conference was started at the global level from 1994. In 1997, Kyoto, Japan made a binding agreement of the reduction of carbon emissions, which is also known as Kyoto Protocol. Now, a state climate center has been established in Jharkhand with the help of United Nations Development UNDP. Now, the National Plan on Climate Change in the state was released on June the 30th, 2008. While the year 2013 in the Jharkhand Action Plan on Climate Change SAPPCC was published, according to this report, Saraikela Kharswan is the most sensitive district in the state. Under the National Plan on Climate Change, Saraikela Kharswan has been selected for Green India Mission. Now, Climate Change Knowledge Network in Indian Agriculture, CCKNIA, has been started in the year 2013. The main objective of this initiative is to collaborate with the Ministry of Agriculture to use an innovative ICT-based platforms. In India, it is an ongoing in three states of Jharkhand, Maharashtra and Odisha. The state of Jharkhand is not untouched by the effects of climate change. According to World Climate Data, between 2020 and 2050, the state of Jharkhand can record an increase of 2 to 3 degrees in summer temperature, while 4.7 to 5.2 degrees in cold days. Agriculture work is done on 23% of the total land of the state. Agriculture of the state is basically based on monsoon climate. Out of the 15 agroclimatic regions of India, 3 agroclimatic regions are located in Jharkhand. These include the Central and Northeastern Plateau Sub-Agroclimatic Region, the Western Plateau Sub-Agroclimatic Region, and the Southeastern Plateau Sub-Agroclimatic Region. The contribution of agriculture in GSVA of the Jharkhand state is about 14.7% in 2022, and 43% of the state's total labor force is dependent on agriculture for their livelihood. The average annual rainfall of the state is about 114 centimeters, that is 1149.3 millimeters, 83% of which is received from southwest monsoon, 6.5% of the rainfall is received from retreating monsoon, and 4% due to western disturbance, and remaining 6.5% is received by pre-monsoon rains. In the last 100 years, the amount of rainfall has decreased by 15 centimeters in Jharkhand, which is a result of climate change. Now, climate change has affected the agricultural productivity, agricultural efficiency, and agricultural pattern of the state. That'll be all for this video. We'll be covering environment and biodiversity protection in Jharkhand in the following video. Thank you.